this is Alex. I bought this RK25 a couple of months ago. I've put about 23 hours on it. I've worked it pretty hard actually, and I'm pretty happy with it for the most part. I was very unhappy though with the fact that when I purchased this tractor, the store was not helpful at all. Like, they could not tell me how to operate it. I had some experience before running my uncle's John Deere 1025LR. So, I mean, I knew the basics, but the store, again, they didn't tell me anything. I've looked online for videos and I haven't been able to find much on YouTube, so I'm just gonna do my best to document this tractor. Today we're gonna install the mid-mount mower deck. Like I said, I tried to find videos on YouTube how to do this. There's nothing. There is some older videos on RK24s which are pretty similar, but it's not the exact same thing. If I was looking for these videos online for help, there's probably other people that are looking for the same. So I am not an expert. This is just how I've done it so far and what's worked, I guess. Basically, I'm just trying to help other people out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to remove the loader bucket. It's pretty easy. So the first thing you want to do is start your tractor, turn the key on. Mine's been on for a few minutes, so the wait to start is gone. One on the opposite side of the tractor. And down here there's an arm on each side. These arms allow you to set the loader down and it keeps it in place so that when you're ready to hook back up to it, you can just drive right underneath it. Down, you'll take these pins out and make sure you leave the hydraulics all attached until you get the loader completely off, because you're going to use the hydraulics to get the loader off of the tractor. So I just take this pin and I just stick it back here, it stays in. I just set them here so I don't lose them. See all that fell off? I can still use the hydraulics come around and now you can disconnect all of your hydraulics. It's all quick attach. It's gonna leak a little bit of fluid when you unhook it. Just grab a rag, wipe it up, no big deal. This is also all color coded, so it's easy to hook back up. Rural King has a little sticker on here with the colors because they only mark their hoses with the colors. They don't actually mark, or well, they only mark the hoses on the bucket. They don't mark the hoses on the tractor. So I came through with some electrical tape that I had, and I marked the hoses on the tractor for myself just so it was easy. I didn't have to look up here. I didn't have to worry about if these were wore off or anything like that. So that is it for unhooking the loader. Okay, so that was it for removing the loader. I'm going to back out of it now and start to get ready to hook up the mower deck. The mower deck is not a super easy process. You're supposed to be able to drive on and off of it. I found that it's really a pain in the butt to drive on and off of. Well, more to drive onto because the mower deck doesn't really stay in place on the concrete. I'm sure if it was on like the grass or whatever, but usually I take it on and off in the barn just because that's where I store it. So this mower deck, there's a few pieces to it. The mower deck itself, and then it has a drive shaft. The drive shaft connects to this gearbox back here. And this is actually kind of, well, I guess this is one of my complaints for this mower deck. This is a pain in the butt to get lined up. I'm sure once you take it on and off 100 times, it would be easy. But basically, you slide the shaft on here, and then when it's underneath the tractor, you pull this up, and you gotta get these splines in here just right, and you just use this quick coupler and slide it on. Easier said than done. So that is that. Like I said, you're supposed to be able to drive on and off. I prefer just to have this on the side, pull my tractor up to where I want it, and then I'll just basically manhandle it underneath. It's not that heavy. I'm able to slide it on the concrete pretty easy. When you're underneath the tractor here, there's 4 points that connect to this mower deck. So there's a pin right here. And sorry if this is like a terrible angle, but you have to take these 4 pins out. There's one there. Or I'm sorry, you only take the 2 pins out. The first time I did this, I messed it up and I took the 4 pins out because I had no instructions. So you take this back pin out here, same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that I have this mower deck halfway lined up, I'll just lower this bracket here that we took the pin out of. Needs to be in line with this bracket here on the mower deck. Okay, so something else that I forgot to mention, when you remove the loader from the tractor, the hydraulics, because you leak this little bit of fluid out here on the hoses, I have found that it like loses pressure, like hydraulic pressure. So when you go to raise and lower the mower deck bracket and the 3-point hitch on the back, like which you can see now is all the way down to the ground, when you go to raise and lower that, it doesn't raise and lower because the hydraulic pressure was lost. So I found that I just start the tractor and I move it back and forth a little bit. I move the loader joystick a little bit, and then the hydraulic pressure comes back and I'm able to raise and lower the 3-point on the back and the mower deck. That on the video when it just raised next step is this bottom bracket here. So this bracket, it sits like this, 90 degrees up is the front. This piece here sits inside the mower deck in the slots on the back. Okay, so you've got your 2 slots there. This goes in between. Boom. Easy. Okay, now we're back up front. Now we take this front bracket, slide this in here, pick this up, get everything in here and square. Now this part is pretty difficult actually. You're supposed to pull this lever and pull it all up and then pop this pin in on the side here, this locking pin. I just take this 2x4 and I stick it underneath right here. Stick the 2x4 underneath like this. Give it a little pry, goes on. What you guys didn't see, I was having trouble getting this hole back here to line up for this lock pin, which I have pretty much every time in the past. And off camera, I kind of just wiggled it a little bit, stepped on it like this, and it went right into place and locked in. So now that we have the front brackets all on and the pins in on the mower deck bracket, the last step is this quick connect drive shaft. So, like I said, it is a pain in the butt. Nothing about this process is easy. I pretty much just lay down on my back underneath it or on my stomach. Okay, so first thing you gotta do, get the splines lined up. And I kind of just turn it until it lines up. Got it. Okay, so to slide this on, if you look at the end of your shaft really close, I have no idea if you can see, but a couple of these threads, there's like a little weld right here, okay? That weld prevents you from sliding this shaft together improperly. If you look inside of this shaft, the right hand, or well, let me think about this. If you look inside this shaft, you'll see that there's a gap inside of it between the splines. There's like one large open area, and that's where this weld goes. So there we go. Okay, slide that on. Now I gotta line this up. This one, here we go. All I did was wiggle that a little bit, and it just happened to slide in the right place. You just kind of move it around and find it. But that's it. So that's how that goes in. Mower deck's on, it's all locked in place. In order to run this mid-mount mower deck, you need to have your PTO lever here set to M, which is mid. That's your mid PTO. R is for your rear PTO. You run rear attachments here off the back of the tractor. And then M and R, the center one, will run your mid PTO and your rear PTO at the same time. When you're on the tractor and ready to mow, obviously, all you do is push your PTO down here, turn it to the right, let go, pops up, mower will kick on, and that's it. forgot to mention that I found out while mowing. If you mow with this tractor in high gear, it is gonna bog down pretty much anytime you hit a hill, anytime you hit long grass or anything. High gear is pretty much just made for rolling down the road. So if you're in low gear though, it'll go pretty much right through anything with no problems. Hopefully that video was helpful to somebody. Thanks for watching.